Hello YouTubers! Today we're going to make some peppermint ice candy and then we're going to decorate some chocolate cupcakes with it. There's not a whole lot better flavor combination than peppermint and chocolate. Let's go ahead and get it started. The tools that you're going to need to make our peppermint ice is a medium-sized saucepan, a baking sheet, you can tell mine's been well used, time for a new one, and a candy thermometer. The ingredients that you're going to need to make our peppermint ice is granulated sugar, light corn syrup, water, then you're going to need peppermint extract, and you're going to need a white gel food coloring and a blue gel food coloring. This is a bright blue that I happen to have in the cupboard. Depending on your project, you might want to go a lighter blue, parchment paper, and some non-stick cooking spray. Let's go ahead and whip up our ice. Before we start the candy, we want to do some prep work first. I've lined a baking tray with some parchment paper, and then I have another piece of parchment paper, and I'm going to spray both of them lightly with my non-stick cooking spray. We want these ready to go because once our candy comes off the stove, it hardens rather quickly. We want to be prepared. To make the candy, in this bowl I have 2 cups of granulated sugar. I'm going to add that to a saucepan. A half a cup of water. And a half a cup of corn syrup. I'm just going to stir this up a little bit and then we'll be ready to take it over to the stove. I've got my pan on medium heat and we're going to wait until this comes to a full boil. Stirring frequently, we don't want the sugar to burn. My mixture has come to a boil. I'm going to put my candy thermometer in and we're going to just leave this alone until the candy thermometer hits 305 degrees. My candy is off the stove. I'm going to let the bubbles settle down for just a few seconds. And now I'm going to add my 1 teaspoon of peppermint extract and stir that in well. Now I'm going to pour half or so of the mixture into my measuring cup. And to my measuring cup, I'm going to add 5 or 6 drops of the white food coloring. And quickly stir that in. And to my pan, I'm going to add 2 drops of the blue and stir that in. Now I'm going to quickly pour my blue out onto my pan. And now I'm going to take my white and I'm going to pour it over the blue in streaks. This is already starting to harden up, so that's why you need to move quickly. Now I'm going to take my second piece of wax paper that I had standing by and I'm going to put it on top with the oiled side down. Our candy's been setting for about 15 minutes. We can now take off the top layer of parchment. Comes right off. And you have this nice blue with this white scattered through it. When you break this up, it's going to look really cool. Now if you want this more white than blue for your particular project, just pour the white out first and then go back and streak with the blue and you'll have a much more white base than a blue base. We're going to let this cool down completely now, probably for several hours before it's hard enough to start breaking into pieces. I'm ready to put my cupcakes together. I've broken up all of the peppermint ice. It's in big pieces and some little pieces. That way I have a variety of sizes and shapes to put on the cupcakes. I've got some of our snowy white buttercream frosting The link is in the description to that video. You should give this a try. It is pipeable. And here I have some little sprinkles in the shape of snowflakes that I'm going to put on there as well. Let's go ahead and decorate our cupcakes. I've got my cupcakes frosted. I chose just to put the frosting on with a small little spatula that I have versus piping it on because I want it to look more like fallen snow. And I've put some of these snowflake sprinkles on it. And now it's just a matter of taking your broken up ice and putting it in, finding the pieces that you think look good. Some of the larger pieces you can, stick down into the cupcake. Some of the smaller ones will just be able to be held on with the frosting once it sets. Here are some examples of the finished cupcake. It's got our little snowflake sprinkles on. Then I just took the peppermint ice candy and randomly placed it in there. You don't want it to look like it's a pattern. You just want to kind of stick it here or there. The blue is really beautiful with the snowy white buttercream frosting. I think it's just kind of fun. The peppermint ice you can use for all kinds of your winter cakes. So it's very versatile. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you back soon.